Hi, I'm Danya,
And I'm Shaheen.
and you're listening to or watching.
Reality Woo Woo.
It's not something to believe in.
It's something to talk about.
And on today's episode, we're finishing up our fucking compatibility episodes.
We're wrapping it up.
We've made it through the full zodiac, and we're ending with our Pisces friends.
You've all been waiting so long. So long. Every
It's
Pisces has been
true.
like, when are you doing Pisces? And
What
we're
about
like,
me?
at the end.
Not all Pisces sound like that, but
They
that
do,
is.
though.
What about me? It's a little bit of crying, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're excited to finish this up. You guys know the drill. Pisces they're water signs. They're the final sign of the zodiac. They're a little bit, mystical, deeply emotional. They feel things very deeply.
Feels. Many feels.
And we talked about it recently too. So yes, they get the rap of like they're always crying over a glass of wine, but they can be mad. Their emotions are a spectrum, yeah. So we feel a lot of them. And Pisces are just they're really receptive to that energy.
Yeah, they're very compassionate. We've talked about this before. They absorb the energy of others.
Do you think as a water sign, I was thinking about this, they're the most like reflective of the water signs, meaning they reflect your energy. So they like absorb the energy of the environment, but they kind of reflect the energy of the environment, right? So
Yeah.
Scorpio's like water at night. It's kind of just reflecting the moonlight.
That's a great way. I love that.
Isn't this
Scorpio
a
is
fun
water
thing?
at
This just
night.
came to me.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
And
you see the
then-
moon very bright on their dark, reflective
And Cancer's a
background.
daytime. That's the day water, bright
Cancer,
sun,
yeah.
the beach, the crabs,
the
yeah.
beach,
And then Pisces is just they're the most
Coastal.
reflective. Maybe they're
Yeah.
water at sunset. I don't know.
When you said reflective at first, I thought maybe they think more like.
But they do.
But I think what you meant was that they reflect if the
Yes.
Pisces is in a room of anxious people, that Pisces will be anxious
Correct.
because it's the room more
yeah,
than them.
yeah. I've been thinking about that. You know what it is that I listened to Taylor Swift's Mirror Ball this morning. And that's what the theme of that song is like she reflects she's a mirror ball.
Oh, she's a mirror
She
ball.
reflects what you want her to be back at you. And that's I think a really good encapsulation of Pisces.
Yeah, that's interesting. Taylor
should do
Swift,
an
though, she's
episode-
Sagittarius, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she's a Sag. But we should do an episode of Taylor Swift songs. And
what
their
zodiac sign they
yes,
are.
Yeah.
That's fun.
We're doing
Yeah,
that.
that's interesting.
Okay, so we gave you the Pisces rundown, and then with Pisces, with water signs, they go well with other water signs, and they go well with earth signs, like me and Shaheen.
Yeah. My moon sign's Pisces. I love all of you.
Yeah, you're a big fan of Pisces. I'm very magnetized towards Pisces. We're at the opposite ends of the zodiac wheel from each other. I enjoy Pisces, and I totally am the earth sign who rolls their eyes at their like okay stuff. But I love Pisces, and I love their like openness, and they're honest. They're emotionally honest.
They
feel.
are emotionally honest. Yeah, you and I talked about this once. How they grieve in real time.
Yeah.
They express themselves when they're feeling it.
Yeah, and I have a hard time with that. I actually have,
Yeah,
I have a
me
hard
too.
time explaining how I feel in the moment or have in the past. I'm getting better at it. But yeah, that's something I admire in Pisces is that
Me too.
they know how they feel. And
It's
they're
also
gonna
kind
let
of
you know.
frustrating the way they do it. It's like, stop bitching at me. But yeah, I also do. I love it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So, okay, let's go through the compatibility with other water signs first, just kind of off the cuff. So, Pisces with a Cancer, I'm sure we've talked about a little bit. I think that can be good. I think that could be like nurturing and good.
Yeah, I mean, they're both water signs. They're both sensitive. I think they're both also really funny signs. Pisces likes
Yeah.
to laugh. And
They can have
Cancer likes to
fun
laugh.
together. And they
I'm trying
can
to think
just
of like partnerships I've seen. I don't know if I've known any.
yeah, it's a little, but we've talked about Cancer's kind of the mother sign, and Pisces. So to your point, they're sensitive, so they know how to handle each other's sensitivities, and I think that's nice. I think that can be lovely, So I could see that functioning, even though
I have no qualms.
Yeah. What about with a Scorpio?
I bet Scorpio and Pisces would get along well because they would see each other emotionally the same. They would be able to empathize with each other's pain and also not be too direct with their pain at each other.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of like respect each other's need for space, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. I can see the Pisces maybe to your point and what I was saying a second ago. Pisces can be pretty emotionally honest, and I wonder if that could even like aid the Scorpio, right? The Scorpio can be a little bit reluctant to share everything going on within them, but because the Pisces is reflective
Yeah.
of what's actually going on in the Scorpio, maybe that can like bring more open communication about it. That's interesting.
I like that. Yeah. I totally agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then a Pisces with another. I feel like it's a lot to have the two Pisces together. What are they reflecting if they're just
I
reflecting
actually know two
each other?
Pisces who are getting married this year, and they're
Okay.
wonderful. They've been together for like, I think, I don't know, at least 8 to more years. And they're so sweet together. One is a lot more loud. He's like actually on the cusp of in Aries. The other one's more of like a true Pisces
Yeah.
vibe. And they balance each other really well. They're both like, I don't know, they both give each other the right amount of space. They both go out together. That's great. I think that they go out together.
I'm thinking about this. Right? So that came up to me where I'm like, oh, that might be a lot, right? That was my initial reaction. But I'm coming to a place where
Maybe
just
two a lots make a little.
and there's growth. I really want to encourage growth. Like I don't want astrology, and I think this comes up a lot, is like I saw this on the internet, is like people, they call it like space racism. Like, oh, like you're born this way and you can't be any other way. And it's like, no, it's like, it's about awareness of where
Sounds like a Gemini. I'm just kidding.
where we're open. Yeah, it's whoever commented that is
They're
definitely
like
a
just
Gemini
bitter
or
about what they
Scorpio,
were reading.
because
It wasn't a
they're
Sagittarius for sure. They love what they read.
they're sad that people don't like their sign.
Yeah.
That's what's going on there for sure. But I want people to just be aware of their tendencies and areas for growth. So yeah, with the Pisces, if they're open about communicating, like, so I'm Scorpio moon and I'm deeply intuitive. So I can read other people better than they can read themselves. While I have a hard time articulating maybe my own emotions, I know what you're feeling. But what I have started, my boyfriend is a Aquarius rising, and I just have started to realize like, oh, just because I know what you're feeling, maybe you don't want to know what you're feeling, or you don't want to talk about what you're feeling. And so just being Aquarians, all people, I'm just like learning this lesson of like, I need to be delicate about my intuitive reads of other people, because
that's a good point, because I feel
respectful.
like Virgos are more critical and Pisces are more like floopy.
Yeah.
and that's interesting.
But the two Pisces, maybe they've created, to your point, they've created some, you know, they're just considerate of each other. They've created some guardrails of like, oh, you know, this is how we communicate. This is the space we give each other.
Neither of them feel like a lot, like the way that you're describing. Like Pisces can be kind of a lot sometimes, but I think that when I think about Pisces energy, not those two in particular, but when they are a lot, those Pisces people, if they were together with someone else who could see that with them, they kind of would calm down, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's just a mutual like respect. I can see that. Okay, what about with earth signs? So Taurus and Pisces, what are your feelings?
I'm kind of biased because I'm a Taurus with Pisces in me, but I kind of don't think that they would get along. But they're both artistic and springy, like spring season-y.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
This is like my
Prompt
own read.
me.
Do you think that there might be a lack of motivation in that relationship? Like they're both kind of like.
Are you calling me lazy? Because in my own relationship with myself.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Tauruses sometimes can have a hard time getting started on the thing. Yeah.
Agreed.
And since Pisces reflect the energy, as we're saying,
Interesting.
there may be no engine in that relationship.
Fully agree with that. Wow, I'm surprised
Okay.
at how much I agree. Because
Sorry.
like the Pisces will be like, oh, they just want to sit around and do nothing. I just want to sit around and
Me
do nothing.
too. That sounds
Yeah,
cozy
that
and
sounds like me talking
nice.
to myself too. So yeah.
And you know what? And you do have an engine. You're an Aries rising.
I'm
You have
I'm
an
also
engine.
dating a Virgo, so there's
So
lots of
you, oh yeah,
engines.
you found an engine to hook yourself
Yeah.
up to. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never run out. Um, okay, so then Virgo and Pisces. Again, if you've got an emotionally evolved Virgo who's not just, okay, this is a new concept too. I'm gonna share.
Mm.
My Aries friend and I were just on a walk, and she was saying that, well, because I was saying that like I'm starting to like observe like my negative thought patterns and like the voices in my head. And I think we're thinking that, or as a society, I think we think the goal of like therapy or inner work or whatever is to like get rid of the voice,
Mm.
is to be like, oh, it's not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I only operate from like calm, zen. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, the voice may always be there. I
Mm-hmm.
think, I don't know. I know that the voice is there for me. It's that
Yeah.
I am not, that's not the voice that I'm basing my actions off of anymore.
Mm.
The negative voice essentially. And so I'm wondering if a Virgo can look at the Pisces and be annoyed. You're gonna be annoyed. Everything
Mm-hmm.
annoys me. I'll
Oh
tell
yeah.
you that right fucking now. Everything
Yeah.
annoys me. But do I allow annoyance to be the driver? No.
Mm.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
allow that to be what dictates what I do and how I interact with other
Mm.
people. And so that's what I'm saying. If you've got an emotionally evolved Virgo, I think it can work kind of nice with the Pisces.
Yeah. No, I think that's even speaking to what I just said about like Pisces. What did I say? Virgo's more critical and Pisces more floopy. And
Yeah.
if they're able to meet both sides of that, Pisces understanding how
Mm-hmm.
things could be better, and Virgo understanding how things don't always have to work right.
How
Um,
perfect isn't real.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
that'd be
Yeah, I
great.
know.
And that's why
And
they're opposites. That's why they learn together.
yeah,
Yeah.
they okay. So we like that. We've talked about it, I think. I've never dated a Pisces. Yeah, I've never dated a
Mm.
Pisces. Not like for any reason, but I'm friends with a lot of Pisces, so I think
Mm.
it works. And then a Pisces with a Capricorn. That makes me laugh, I have
Yeah,
to say.
it sounds kind of like, well, I don't know. They're both yeah, no, I don't know. I don't got any of that. I feel like Capricorn is a little bit harsher.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't sound like it could work, but you
But
know
you know
what?
what? Oh, so we've talked about how Pisces and Leo, some like Pisces likes to be clawed by the Leo, and Leo
Mm-hmm.
likes to have someone to like control. Not,
Yeah.
I'm using bad words, but anyone who's listening gets it. But Capricorn might bring in some kind of like practicality to the Pisces energy. They might
Yes,
kind of
right.
bring in like a little bit of realism, and the Pisces might go,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, you know what? I need that."
Yeah. Yeah. I need some structure.
Yeah,
Okay. At
maybe.
least, and I think we've started to move in this direction with like our celebrity couple. So I want to introduce the concept here too is like, we don't just mean romantic relationships.
No,
I
yeah.
think a Capricorn and a Pisces could potentially have a really nice working relationship, right? To your point, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's giving
That would be
structure
great.
to that open creativity that like, if they can
Mm-hmm.
reflect the systems of the Capricorn in a business environment, that could be a very fruitful partnership
I
potentially,
see
right?
that working. Yeah, totally.
Cool. Okay. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's a good, nice little overview.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into our celebrity couples, shall we?
Who's dating who?
Okay. So number one on our list, who we love to talk about, Riri.
Yay.
Obviously, we're going to talk about Rihanna because why not? So Rihanna is obviously a Pisces, although they try to give her, doesn't she have like a lot of Aquarius placements and they try to claim her? Oh no,
I think
Aries.
she has Aries
She
placements.
has a
Yeah.
lot of Aries placements and people are like, she's more Aries, but
Mm.
she's a Pisces.
Mm-hmm.
And
She's on the cusp, right? Ish.
I think
I always forget.
maybe,
I think she's on the cusp of Pisces and Aquarius. I
maybe.
forget. Maybe I
And
just forced
ASAP
that.
Rocky, her baby daddy and partner, and he is a
February
Libra.
20th. He's a Libra.
He's a Libra. So
Mm.
on paper, not not the strongest coupling, but let's pull that apart and see how that could work. So aesthetically, you know, there's some high aesthetics involved in like Rihanna's whole presentation, and I feel like from a standpoint of creative and artistic expression, I feel like they're a great match. I think they look beautiful together on red carpets. I think they really complement each other in a gorgeous way. So I think from that point, and if you kind of want to pull it apart a little bit more, I don't know too much about A$AP Rocky as a human being. I just am like, can't he just be like a beautiful face who supports his partner? And I kind of feel like that's what's going on there. Yeah. Like Rihanna doesn't need someone who's like more powerful than she is. Like that's not what she's looking for, you know?
No, she's the power. Also, I feel like A$AP, as he said, he's a Libra. He has like a song or like a brand that was like Pretty Boy Flacco or something like that. And he was like all about being Vogue and in fashion and on runways and wearing dresses and tights and stuff. And that's so Libra energy. That makes so much sense.
So Libra-y. And so maybe he just brings a little bit of balance, and like the way he talks about her. I really like their partnership.
Wow. She's so emotional, and all of her music, I'm just talking about her artwork. She's so like passionate and goes this way and that way with like what she wants. And he kind of just lives what's wrong about what she wants. Yeah, and he lives in balance and kind of just like
balance and beauty and like, yeah, we don't have to sit in our emotions too much. And like, I kind of like it, you know, honestly, I'm like fine with it. Okay, this next one's kind of funny. It's not a relationship that ever happened, but you know Simone Biles, yeah.
Yes.
The gymnast, the GOAT, the best gymnast of all time. So Simone Biles is a Pisces. And then do you remember like the Rio Olympics, and that maybe you don't remember this, but Simone Biles was like really had a big crush on Zac Efron. Do you remember this?
I don't remember that.
Okay,
no.
So Simone Biles had like a huge crush.
I was moving during the Olympics, so I didn't watch the last Olympics. Yeah. Tell me.
I think it was the one before. It doesn't matter. Anyways, she had a big crush on Zac Efron, and Zac Efron is a Libra. And not only was it known, I think she had like tweeted about it or whatever, but Zac Efron like flew to Rio to like support her. It was like really, I remember being like, oh my God, I love this. And first of all, Zac Efron being a Libra, not surprising. Yeah. Like that was like,
he looks like a Libra. Yeah.
Yeah, but then, okay, can I fuck you up for a second? So have you watched Down to Earth with Zac Efron?
No, not yet. We've talked about it though.
It's his like
heard great things.
It's amazing. He's really going under the hood. He goes to like the Icelandic or the Icelandic, Norwegian countries, and then the second season he got stuck in Australia, so he's talking about all their regenerative practices. So Libra is really about justice and finding that balance. And through like you're sucked in because you're like, it's Zac Efron, and you're like, he's a big dummy, right? But he's not. He's actually like trying to restore balance with the earth and like trying to promote that, and he's tricking you by being beautiful, and then you get in there and you're like, oh my God, tell me more about regenerative farming practices in Australia.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. Multiple people have told me about it.
It's so
they all rave about him as a person too.
Truly, yes. It's like really mind opening. I really enjoyed that series. So I don't know. I included them. They never actually had like something going on, but they have a connection. And yeah, I just found that, sweet and nice. Okay, this next couple has been in the news quite a bit this week specifically because they got engaged recently, and there's the trending hashtag she's 19. So Millie Bobby Brown, you know who that is, 11 from Stranger Things?
Yes.
Okay, so her, who we've now watched grow up on television over the last 8 years, and same things that are happen to all child stars. She's like overly sexualized and harassed, and all the things that happen with that. She's been dating Jake Bon Jovi, so John Bon Jovi's son, and I think he's 20. They're around the same. It's not like he's like a lot older than her. They're just young, and they got engaged, and people are fucking freaking out about it. Wow. but she's a Pisces and he is a Taurus. So on paper, this is a good relationship. And we just kind of interrogated it a little bit that it could be lacking an engine.
It's comforting though. I like that kind of energy together for them. I'm interested. I'm rooting.
Yeah. And people, so I mean, the like pro, I guess, argument about their relationship that I read about is like he comes from like a family of famous, his dad's very famous, and so he's always grown up affluent, and then she's had to like hustle kind of for her place in society, and so she may feel comforted like being in a family like that's very like family oriented and also like understands her level of fame. If
I'm
that
also,
makes sense.
yeah, I'm also kind of associating now her character 11 and needing family. So I don't know her as a person, but that makes sense though.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I'm like into it. So let's let people make their own decisions. Yeah.
Let's let them.
Let them. Okay, this next couple is Jordan Peele. You know Jordan Peele, yeah.
Of course, yes.
Jordan Peele is a Pisces. So very, deeply creative and probably very, okay, this goes to Pisces being reflective, right? Like when he was with Michael Keegan Key and Peele, very funny, like, and then it feels like to all of us that he took like a hard left turn and was like, now I'm a director of horror movies. But it's like he's probably just very reflective of the environments he's in and inspired by the people he's around, and so he can make whatever art he fucking feels like it because that's what he's doing, Jordan Peele is married to Chelsea Peretti. Do you know who Chelsea Peretti is?
No.
Gina from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Did you ever watch Brooklyn Nine?
That.
That's kind of it. She's also done a lot of stand-up, and then Chelsea Peretti is also, her brother Jonah invented BuzzFeed. So that's like a weird kind of thing. And she like voluntarily left Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and so whatever. And I'm sure that they like, I don't know how they met, but I'm sure it was like improv or like early kind of comedy kind of stuff. And Chelsea Peretti is an Aquarius. So that let's think about that for a second. I do think, again, kind of going back to Pisces being very reflective, Aquarius energy is kind of groundbreaking. And I would argue that Jordan Peele is a groundbreaking director.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And so maybe there's a balance in their relationship that's like innovation, forward thinking.
I love
kind of
that.
breaking,
that makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah.
Not going with what society expects. Like Chelsea Peretti was on a hit fucking show and was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So like maybe there's some confidence that's gathered there about breaking convention, and that works well for them,
Yeah, I like that. I like that you tied in like his directing visionariness with an Aquarius and the reflectiveness. I like that a lot.
So I don't know that much more about her than what I've watched her stand up. I watched her on the show, but just kind of thinking about Aquariuses in general and the direction that his career has kind of continued to take and shape. So, okay. My last one is Rashida Jones is a Pisces, and her partner, I feel like, I don't know if this is like an off the radar relationship, but I feel like anytime I say this to people, they're like surprised. So her partner and also, father of her children, is Ezra Koenig, the lead singer of Vampire Weekend. And he is an Aries. So the beginning of the zodiac and the end of the zodiac, and a fire sign, the first fire sign we talk about in this episode. So
I think that Pisces and Aries get along great. From my personal experience, having an Aries rising sign, Pisces moon sign, I have lots of Aries friends and Pisces friends, and I have lots of cusp friends too.
Yeah.
So I've always seen them get along great.
And they get along like
There's
a house
weird
on fire.
like childlike innocence on both of them, even though Aries is like a baby and Pisces is like a crybaby. There's just different types of like youth in their minds.
Well, it's weird. I feel like I think of Pisces as like the old man, kind of like they're like the old mystical man. They're Dumbledore to me. If I could personify, I think Pisces are like Dumbledore a little. I don't know why. And I think that's kind of fun because I actually, in my experience with just, I feel like old people become more childlike, or like the happy ones become more childlike and playful as their lives go on, right? And
yeah.
so that might be why you see them like enjoying each other's company and having fun with it, and I think that's a nice place to be. And
you know what, also I just looked up, we were just talking about Key and Peele, and Keegan Michael Key is an Aries.
there you go.
So
that's
they do
fun.
get along, yeah.
Okay.